And as I was saying before, I'm not sure this kind of information, how long this will still apply for. You see, I started to inform myself a little bit. I met this person. She's a champion. She's really good. You know, most of her posts, they get so much involvement. It's amazing. 300 comments, and it's unreal. And she's not really a YouTuber or anything like that. So she's not, but she just does what I'm going to tell you. She just does it very well. And she does a few more things. She didn't really share everything with me, but the main part, yes. And I met her in a business boot camp kind of thing. And then I managed to meet more people that knew a little bit more about Facebook. We are talking about stuff that is organic reach, so no paid. Okay, we don't pay for this stuff. And thanks for setting this up. I'm glad you're recording, and I have to leave shortly. I didn't release the time. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It will be recorded and stuff. So I was saying that I started to use Facebook a few years back when the person that was living with me was not updating me with all the events and latest news. I mean, I was working for him. I was the head trainer of his circus school. And I was not aware of all the events happening in the circus school because he was using Facebook to just tell everyone about this. I was living with him. We were eating together most of the nights, you know, and he just didn't tell me because I put it on Facebook. So that was for me a sign. I really need to have a Facebook profile. And we're talking about 2009, 2008. And that was the years where when you had a page, you know, for a business or whatever, it still counted. It was still something that was relevant. A few years back, algorithm changed, and all of a sudden, if you had a page, it was a good excuse for Facebook to actually take money from you. And yes, so it changed a lot, and the perception of the business page changed a lot too. So if you have any kind of interest in getting people involved in whatever you do, the advice I got given. So by the way, what I'm telling you are technical bits and pieces that I learned from these people, or they taught me. And yes, it is different because not always you learn what they are teaching you. And sometimes you learn things they are not teaching you. So keep in mind, it's not my job. I'll say this again in case you're wondering. My job is something different. So if you have any other insight that you want to share with everyone else, eventually you're more than welcome to do it. Okay, so don't take my word as gold. Take their word as gold because they have very good results. So I have here, I wrote down a few things that I want to tell you. They are quite important. So if you have any interest in getting your Facebook profile, getting more traction, this can help, okay? This doesn't work. This stuff does not work necessarily with your Facebook page, with your business page. The main reason is that the Facebook page has been now used by Facebook to make money. So anything that is organic reach won't really happen through your Facebook business page. So just so you know, if you can, because you are playing it in the best way possible, you're finding a good way to do it, because personally I managed to. I dedicated last year 6 months of my life just to find a way to get my Facebook page to reach, to just have engagements. And I managed to find different ways that were working, but I couldn't just come out with a strategy that was working every time. Every time it was different and it was just very random. I couldn't figure it out. I had a couple of posts that reached thousands of people, and that was, oh my God, I understood. I did another one and I reached 20. I mean, it's a big difference. 1,000, more than 1,000. I had one, if you, well, you couldn't see it, but you go my Facebook business page, and I can tell that it's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. It was, oh my God, I understood, I learned. And then the next one, 15. So then I met these people, and what they were telling me was to use the group. So instead of having a business page, to have a group. That's the first thing. The second, and a closed group, so that people they need to be invited or they need to apply to actually get into your group. That's the first thing. And the second is to actually promote yourself and use your Facebook profile to do that. To do this, I had to change all my posting habits completely. And if you already are very active on Facebook, you may find these advices, these ideas, helping you reaching people very quickly. If you are not very active on Facebook, it's gonna take a little bit longer. Okay. For whatever it's happening, so if you need to learn one thing out of this workshop, meeting, is just this. Whatever you do, keep in mind the golden rule. Facebook loves engagements. Whatever you're going to do on Facebook has to follow this simple rule. That's the golden rule. Whatever you do, make sure that you're going to do it in such a way that Facebook is going to be happy with you. Okay, so 5 main points. Of these 5, we're going to focus mainly on number 4. So if you want to have good success on Facebook, you need to have a good profile and you need to have your brand coming out of your profile. So whatever you used to post, you may want to start to change that. Okay, so make sure that everything that you post somehow is going to help you getting closer to what you want to get closer to. So if you want to promote yourself or your business, make sure that anything you post is going to promote that. If you post anything else, by all means, if you like really posting the photo of a cat, or if you want to have the cute little puppy that is chasing his own tail or whatever, that's fine. I'm not judging here. I'm not, so that's your own business. Okay, just so you know that everything you post on your profile, this from your personal page, yeah, my personal page, that's for your personal page, absolutely. Everything you post on your personal page has a certain level of traction. And we will talk about how much to post every week as well. You distribute, Facebook is going to distribute the audience on the different posts that you do. So if you have a very powerful post that you want to make sure people are gonna see, you need to keep that just as that post for at least 2 days, 3 days. And I'll show you and I'll explain you how to milk that post so that you're going to get the most out of that. Once you post something else, all of a sudden Facebook is going to split the attention on both posts. So if this one was giving you money or whatever you wanted, money, I mean, business, whatever you want, and this one is just nice, beautiful, cute, and is giving you nothing, just so you know that you're splitting the attention on both of them, okay? There are ways around, but still keep this in mind. So 5 points to be effective on Facebook. Facebook profile and branding, number 1. 2, you need to create a group. Unless you want to invest lots of money, then do your business page. If not, create a group. 3, friend farming. Friend farming is very important, but you need to do it in a good way. If not, Facebook is going to put you in Facebook jail. Because yes, I don't know how many of you are aware of it, but there is a Facebook jail. Yes, there is. 4, hacking the algorithm. And that's what we're going to do today. 5, avoiding the Facebook jail. We are going to simply, I'll give you a list of things that Facebook doesn't like at the end of the workshop, okay? So at least you have a list of things. Oh, if I do this, I am risking the Facebook jail. Now, up to a few years back, it was actually funny. I ended up in Facebook jail, ha ha ha. Now, if your Facebook profile is a good source of income for you, and Facebook decides that you have been doing something wrong for their standards, is going to actually block you for 12 hours, 24 hours, 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, or eventually actually taking the profile completely, banning the profile completely. Now, if you only have 5 friends, eventually you can have a new profile. If you have 4,000 friends, it's going to become quite more of a challenge, especially if you manage to do the right things and you had lots of traction. So keep it in mind. So let me have a look here. Okay, so the Facebook algorithm. What is the algorithm? Well, in poor and simple words, it's what Facebook uses to decide what goes on your feed, what has more traction than something else, and ultimately what goes on other people's feed. The fact that you are posting something on your profile, it doesn't mean people are gonna see it, okay? So there are tricks that are going to tell you, so that people will see what you're posting. One more and very important thing before we dive into this, you need quality content, okay? Because even if you use all the things that I'm going to list for you and explain at the best that I can, if the content of whatever you're posting is crap, not many people will be interested in keep following what you're proposing them. I said it, so just keep it in mind. Alrighty, so, okay, I said the golden rule, Facebook loves engagement. So rule number 1, new friend post engagement. What does this mean? In case you have a new friend, you can do this with old friends too. I'm talking about Facebook friends, okay? You want to make sure that the algorithm likes you. The best way for having this kind of result is to spend some quality time on Facebook. Quality time, okay? So if by any chance you just had a friend that accepted your friend request, what you want to do, you want to go on the profile of this person, scroll down, find one recent post, read it, make sure that you like what this person is saying, very important. Make sure that the post is from this person, not from someone else, that they posted on their profile. And put an emoji. and put a comment. Now, just now we are talking about emojis. The thumb up emoji, the blue original like from Facebook, is shit. Don't ever use it ever again. Never. If you want traction from Facebook, forget about the blue thumb up, because Facebook said, okay, he's just, clicking there, doesn't really care. He's not dedicating enough time, if you're on your mobile, to leave the finger on there so that has more option. So use any of the other ones, not the blue thumb up, the like button. Make yourself a favor. It's a big favor already. If you can do one thing, do that one. Like it with the heart, with the care, with the lol, or with the whatever it is, not with the thumb up. Okay? So, new friend post engagement. You go to this profile, this friend, new friend, a recent post, you go there, put an emoji, not the like button, put a heart is good, or the wow, oh, put that one. Maybe put a comment, something that is related to the post. Do that for one of the most recent posts, then scroll down and do the same for a post that maybe has a couple of weeks or something like that, a couple of months. This is already telling Facebook something very recent, and oh, they actually engage a little bit with this person. We should really give a prize to this person that is doing that. So any new friend, do this. Any questions about that? You have a question? Yes, Helen, yes. Unmute yourself.
Thanks. Yeah, so I've used my personal page. I haven't got any, I've got one friend who snuck in when I created it. The rest, I'm just in groups like this one, and that's what I use them for. I'm in quite a few groups, and I do interact in the groups. Does that count for anything, or do I need to actually create personal friends out of all these people?
Look, Helen, it depends what you want to achieve through Facebook. If you want to use it for your business, you want to have friends through your profile. So because you are actually into different groups, you can start to actually friend farm, sending the request to a few people into these groups. Now that we're talking about this real quick, just as a word of advice, Facebook has a system where it's going to balance how many friends requests you're sending out and how many you're receiving. If you send out too many friends requests and you're receiving nothing, it's going to say, Helen is a bad person because it's spamming people. I'll keep an eye on her. So make sure that you just send eventually, to begin with, 5 friend requests every day, 10. I know that you can get up to 20 without any problem, okay? But if you don't have any friend, you just want to, this is the long game, it's gonna take a little bit of time to build that. Just make sure that you do it in the right way from the beginning. It's going to save you any headache. That's all, okay?
Thank you. Yeah.
No, it's okay. And every week you want to check on your friend's request, because maybe not everybody accepted it. If after a week they didn't accept it, so just cancel the request and eventually send it again. Because again, Facebook is going to say, they are not accepting her friendship. Maybe she's doing something wrong. And she's just, there is going to be just the Facebook eye, big eye, watching you very carefully. Okay. So,
thanks.
plus,
but I don't get any brownie points through Facebook for having interacted within, 10 groups. Is that all kind of?
Well, look, as much as you have some level of interaction, Facebook is happy. Although if you want to actually have the opportunity to grow your business through Facebook, you want to use your profile too. Okay, a little bit
Thank
more.
you very much.
Okay. So
can I ask you something? Can I ask you something, Alessandro?
Sure.
This is really a basic question, but I'm already confused with the difference between a business page, a personal page, and a group page.
Okay. So your personal page is your profile. Okay. So possibly it's with your name, Krisha Samchevitz. Okay. That's your profile.
Okay.
Then you can create a business page. Okay. Let me see. I wasn't thinking to do this. Let me see if I can do this here. Let me see. I'll do this, I'll do that, and I'll share my screen. So maybe it's going to be easier. Let me see how I can do this effectively. Share screen. Which one? This one. Share. Okay. So this is my group. You can see that. Can everybody see my screen? Yes, yes, all good? Wonderful. Okay, so this is my group. I have 30 members. It's a very new group. I just rename it High Performing Mindset Strategies. There are strategies in how you can build a group as well. Okay, again, stuff that I learned from other people, not really my job. But we don't have the time to get into this today, in any case. So, manage group. This is my group. Now, if I was looking for my profile page, this is my profile page. I'm going here. This is my profile page. Okay, that's it. Of course, you're seeing this as my page. Now, if I'm going just on the home, Facebook home, here there is different things. Here on the left, that's my Facebook business page. Okay, here.
So you have a business page, a group page, and a home page.
And my profile, just my profile. Yes. Okay. With my, let's see if I can find a post. I was telling you 19 people reached, okay? 39 people reached. And then let me see if I can find one of the, I told you at the beginning that I dedicated 6 months. It's not this, it was, let me see if it's gonna load this. And I had thousands of reach, thousands. Then I paid for that and it went even higher, 175, 104, 17, 220. It's just something 91 that you say, oh my God, it's not that much. 43. Let me see. 86, 443. If I can find one with a big number, maybe you can see. The fact is that, as I said, the page is mainly used. There you go. 1,438. I say, oh, 2,500. So, I mean, this one here, that's funny. Who ordered the apple and stuff like that? Same, you know, same thing, different meaning. How do you know if you don't ask? Have a great week. You know, that wasn't. And I managed to reach 2,518. So I said, hey, look, I understood. That's how I do it. And then after that, I got nothing. 1,010. So you see, it's just something that goes like that, I guess. So that is my page.
Can I ask a quick?
Yes, go for it.
So quickly, I have a personal page, which is really friends. That's it. I also have what I call my business personal page,
Yes.
which is the one that I'm probably friends with some of you on. Now, I get a fair number of friend requests, and I take my time. I look at these people and say, oh my God, who are these people? Why are they scamming me or whatever? I don't kind of make friends with a lot of them because I look at who they're friends with or their profile's 5 minutes long or something like that. Would you make friends with whoever sends you requests?
What I do is, if I see that there may be a good opportunity to interact with this person, sure. Keep in mind that as I started to have a business coach, all of a sudden, I started to receive plenty of friend requests from other business coaches.
Mm.
Everybody wants to make me rich.
Yeah.
And that's great. I mean, I love that. And that is amazing. I just want to do one method at a time and eventually finding the one that works. So I do take my time and I go through their page, their profile. If I have a doubt, I mean, if I see that this person is friends with other people, maybe with the Jacqueline group, for example, or from my NLP groups and stuff like that, generally, I'm happy to accept.
Okay.
If I see that they are more on the side of business, kind of like, we don't really necessarily share the same kind of interest.
Okay.
In case of doubt, what generally I do, that's what I do. I send a message via Messenger and I say something like, thank you for the friend request. As I like meaningful connection, may you please let me know what it is that, inspired you in actually asking me my friendship.
Okay.
Why did you want to connect with me? And generally, it's a good opportunity to, one, establishing that you are looking for connections, not just, friendship.
Mm.
So that's one. And two, based on how they answer, if they answer, you can see effectively if they actually care or not, or what they are after. That's all. Okay.
No, that's
so
cool.
we were talking about the post engagement. We talk about the like, put the heart or something else. Make sure that you put your comments. Let's move on to rule number 2 for the hacking the algorithm. The 10 minutes post principle. So 10 minutes before you post anything, you want to have, I don't know, I generally do it on my computer. So on my computer, I have 2 or 3 tabs that are open. On one, I write my post. I choose the picture, I write my post, and I leave it there ready to be posted. I don't post it yet. I prepare it, it's ready. On my other tab, I do the 10 minutes warming up principle. This means that warm up the audience for 10-15 minutes. How do you warm up the audience on Facebook? You go on your wall, you check what has been posted, what is coming up for you, and you put a like, not the thumb, you put the heart, you put the other kind of emoji, and you write a comment. Okay? Read the comment. Facebook, I got told, Facebook has a way to know if you're just clicking automatically and writing some shit, or if you're actually reading through it, because it takes some time to read the whole thing. So if you're just scrolling, click, I'm warming up, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, click, 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 I'll just write some shit. Oh, that's amazing. Click, that's amazing. Click, that's amazing. And you go like that, Facebook is gonna say, mate, you're not really engaging, you're not reading anything, you're just, nah. So it doesn't work, okay? So make sure that you dedicate enough time to read. Then you put your emoji, put your comment, and move on to the next one. Any questions about this? Okay, now when you put your comments, whichever thing you want to put, whatever you want to write, if you want that comment to be effective, you want to write a few words and you want to put inside of your own comment. So you are going to put the emoji on their post. Okay. Then you write your comment, and inside of your comment, you're going to put 3 emojis. I don't know why, but you know, if you remember the golden rule is Facebook loves engagement. And if you take the time to pick the emoji, to put it there, and you just put at least, you can just put 1. But if you put 3, it's really, you know, Facebook is very, very happy. You do that, and it's going to give you back a big prize in terms of, hey, this person is engaging with other people, so let's have other people engaging with him or with her. And that's what you want. So you want to warm up for 10-15 minutes. You go through your wall, read some posts, put the comment, put the emoji. Next, do the same for 10-15 minutes. Now, because you already prepared the post, at 8 p.m. local time, 8 p.m. local time, that's when you post it. I got told that 8 p.m. is when most of the people are on Facebook. The amount of people that can see your post and the time span.
Time span.
Thank you. Is quite reduced. And it depends, especially depends how many friends each person that is seeing your post, how many friends they have too. Okay, so keep it in mind. 8 p.m. I got told is the best time to post, is the most effective one. So you want to start at 7:45 p.m. warming up your audience. Your post is ready. 8 p.m. you post it, and then for 10 minutes after you posted it, you stay online and you watch. If anybody is actually putting a reaction or a comment on your post, you are going for the first comment. For the first comment, you are going to put an emoji on their comment and you're going to reply to them. This is going to get the wheel spinning and Facebook is going to be very happy. Oh my God, he's interacting. Oh, let's show this to other people too. That's literally what Facebook does, literally, with that voice too. So, this is the 10 minutes rules. Depending who you ask, for the 10 minutes after you posted it, depending who you ask, there are 2 ways of doing it. Number 1, it doesn't matter. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to reply to everybody that is actually making a comment. If you can reply in such a way that you start some kind of conversation, even better. Okay? That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it, you just put an emoji and a reply to the first comment, and you do nothing else for all the other comments happening for at least another 20 minutes. And then you take your time and gently and slowly For each comment, you either put an emoji or you put a comment, one or the other one, not both, one or the other one. And just take your time. You do it for one, then you take a break, 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, you do another person, another comment, you take your time, 20 minutes later, you do it again. Why, you may wonder? Every time you put a reaction, every time you comment, your post goes up again on the news feed. And every time you do it on one person, that person's friends will see that as well. Every time you do it. Okay, so keep it in mind. This is
Such a
very
commitment.
important rule. Sorry?
Such a commitment. Oh.
Look, it's a matter of finding a very good strategy to do this. Okay, because you see, if you think about it, around 8 p.m., you know that you may need roughly half an hour, okay, ish. The post can be ready, you can prepare it just beforehand. You can just have a few posts that are already ready. Will tell you a couple of things about how to do that in a second. So you have your post is prepared, okay? You already have the photo. You want to do it, you want to post straight after you already warm up the audience, okay? And then you can stay for 5 minutes after that. You don't have to stay the whole 10 minutes. The important one, the very important one, is the first comment. Reply and put a reaction. That's the most important thing. Then you can leave your mobile phone, your computer there, live your life, get back to it 20 minutes later. And notice, anybody put any reaction, any comment, whatever, eventually you're going to put a reaction or you're going to put a comment, okay? But with this, we will move into milking your post in a second. About the 10-minute rule, any question? Yes?
Yeah, sorry. Is it the same for Instagram?
Right, Graham.
Oh.
Sorry, what I was going to say is, what if I create the post on my business page and share it to my personal page?
No.
Nope.
And then do the same thing with that post. That post is still it's still onto my page.
Facebook doesn't like the fact that you share that. You know why? Because if you create on your business page, he wants your money. He's not going to let many people know about this. So what you can do is do it on your Facebook page, okay? And do it on your profile. Don't share it.
Cool, that's no problem.
Okay, so that is something that, yes, you can do. Okay, but anything that is getting shared from your Facebook page is still something that comes from your Facebook page. And because they want you to pay to have traction, they won't show it to that many people. Okay.
So is a business page something you pay for?
No, the business page is free, but if you want, you can pay for your post to be showed to many people.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, so putting up posts on a business page, you need to pay for that.
You don't have to pay. It's free, but Facebook wants you to pay to reach more people, so it doesn't show it to that many people to begin with.
Okay.
Has the reach of your post on your Facebook page is more limited. Okay. Any other questions about this? 10 minutes rule, any questions?
Yeah, is it the same for Instagram as well? Same rules apply or not?
I don't know. Instagram, I don't use it.
Right, okay.
I don't. All
10
right.
minutes,
Sorry?
is 10 minutes the maximum, the minimum?
Yeah, well, I had this friend of mine, and she's the goddess of Facebook. She really is. Oh my God, she's not an influencer, and this is the lady I was telling you before, and she has 300 and more engagements just on one post about something that is just reactions and 300 comments. 300 comments. You see, you put an emoji, but having people that have 300 comments is a lot. She says, you want at least to do 10 minutes, 15, half an hour, even better.
That's warm up?
As a warm up, yes. Yeah. Okay, as a warm up. Any other question?
Yeah, I've got a question next, Andrew, if I may.
Oh, of course.
Are we talking about posting advertising, like promotional stuff on your personal page?
No. Thank you. That is a very good question, Tim. Thank you very much. What you want with organic reach is having posts that are engaging. So if you are simply using that to advertise, most of the time, people won't engage as much. Okay, so you want to post something that is related to eventually what you discovered in your business, maybe a curiosity or something, and you may want to ask, I don't know, a question, or you want to just share something that you discover, you just thought. You see, plenty of people just made so many problems once they realized that life can be simpler than that. All of a sudden, and then you put maybe the problem that people were making for themselves, this disappears, you know? And I just found out that it's actually very simple. I don't know, it's just a quick idea. Okay, so not advertising, no. Okay, any other question? Yes, Helen.
How often should we be thinking of posting one of these?
Yes, that is point number 5. I will get there in a second.
Thank you.
Any other question related to the warm up and what to do with the first comment? You put a reaction on the first comment and put the name as well. Now that we're talking about the name, when you reply to a comment that they put on your post, I got told, I don't know, if you click reply and then you write your answer, Facebook likes it a little bit less than if you actually type the name of the person yourself. I don't know if it's a urban legend or not, but this is what this lady does that has 300 more replies on her posts.
As opposed to the automatic.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Exactly.
What's
I don't know if it's true, but sorry?
Can you just repeat that, please, Alessandro?
Of course.
Did you just say that? So like tagging somebody, you mean? So like for Facebook to put the name in, or for you to put the name in?
Yes. Which one? Looks like it's different. Yes.
Which one's best?
When you type the name of the person, and then it appears, you know, after you start typing the name of the person, it will appear the name that it's there, and you're going to click on that one. But right. I got told that because Facebook likes engagement, anything that you do to stay longer on Facebook, Facebook likes it a lot. Okay? All right. So next, return the favor. What does this mean? When somebody, after you post something, you had your reactions, and eventually you had comments. After a couple of days, go on your post and just you click on it. You can see who put the heart, who put the whatever. You can actually click and have the list of people that reacted to your post. And of course, you can see who put a comment. What you want to do, you want to go on their profile and return the favor. It's gonna take 20 minutes. It won't take that long, okay? 20 minutes. And in case you're wondering, yes, it can be time consuming when you put everything together. I agree with you, yes. And personally, I don't like doing things on Facebook, and I do have to take a break eventually after some times. You know, I do have eventually 1 week where I just say, no, three days off, 4 days off. I can't stand this any longer. It just becomes too much. Oh my God, yes, I really, but that's me. Others, it doesn't bother them. So return the favor, okay? Any questions about returning the favor? I think it's pretty straightforward. Okay, if they put a reaction, you go there and do the same for one of their posts. Read the posts. Please read the post. Okay, maybe they are posting something you don't like. Don't put a reaction there. Okay, skip to the next one. Okay, just saying. I'm telling you because I got into trouble for that. So if you don't agree with that, please read it. It's kind of like signing a contract, you know. So read it before you sign. Okay. Point number 5. How often to post? I got told post roughly every 3 days. Okay. Why? Because you want to make sure that every post that you are proposing to your friends, to Facebook, has enough time to keep coming up. Okay, give it enough time, especially when you have friends from all over the globe. You know, time zones matters, so keep it in mind. I got told not to post on Saturday. I don't know why, but I got told not to post on Saturdays. Guys, like
is
everything
that the digital Sabbath?
Sorry?
Is that the digital Sabbath?
Something like that. I have no idea. Like everything I'm telling you, because I can tell, you know, you're very interested. I'm touched by all these things. Just take everything with a grain of salt. I can tell you that the people that gave me these kind of advices, they do very well on Facebook. Okay, I can tell you that. And when I started to do things in a certain way, I started to have better results too. That's the only thing I can tell you. Okay, so free to do whatever you want. Point number 6. I already told you. Point number 6 is use your emojis properly. Don't use the like emoji. The blue thumb, from now on, it's a no-no. Okay, don't use it. Use something else. Point number 7. We started to talk about this. If you have an old post that you want to have some I don't know, want to share it again or whatever, don't share your old post. Don't share from your profile to your group. Don't share from your group to your profile or to your page, from your page. Don't do that. Okay, write a new, rewrite the post. Okay, again, why? Remember the golden rule. Facebook loves engagement. Okay. Point number 8. Copy and paste. Imagine that you have your Word document, you're on your computer, and you wrote this beautiful post. And you're just going to copy that and paste it on your profile. Guess what? Facebook can tell. And it's going to say, shortcut. You don't want to spend too much time on me. I'm not gonna show your profile to anybody. That person, I like engagements. So how do you go around this? You can have something, depending how long you want to have your post, that you're going to copy and paste. Still, you want to dedicate some times and eventually writing it freshly on Facebook too. So if you do that, Facebook generally closes an eye and says, okay, he did that, but he's still dedicating enough time. I'm still important to this person. Okay, I'll show you. I'll show your post to many people. Okay. Any questions about the copy and paste?
Just the last thing you said.
Well, instead of copying and pasting, okay, imagine that you wrote a beautiful post on a Word document, okay? It's there somewhere, maybe it's on your blog. I don't know. It's somewhere that you say, I can't be bothered to freaking having to write this again, okay? I'll copy and paste it. When you do that, Facebook knows that. And because Facebook wants you to dedicate time to stay on Facebook and has to be meaningful, is going to be, of course, a little bit upset. So what you can do, you can copy and paste part of it, and you can write and type something fresh into your post so that Facebook is going to be happy because you're still engaging with it. Okay.
So if your intent is then to use the same material from group to profile to page, then it would be better to write it out in a text document and then do the copying and pasting there. And
eventually, yes. Okay, so no sharing, but if you want to rewrite it, you can. If you want to avoid to have to rewrite everything, you can copy and paste some of those things. It's okay, but not everything. Because if you just, the idea is this. This is my old post. I copy this, I paste it there, click send. Facebook is not gonna like that, okay? It was too quick. You didn't stay on Facebook for too long, okay? I know it's sad, isn't it? I mean, you think about it, it's fucking sad.
Does Facebook know when you're on Facebook, creating engaging?
Yes.
Clicking and writing a post, a reply, doing an emoji, and then for 10 seconds, and then you go off and do your dishes for 15 minutes?
It depends. Well, if you're talking about a mobile phone or if you're talking about computer, I think it's different.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. And it depends if you are stopping where there is a video that is just keep going and there is a video that eventually you could be watching, or it's a long post that you could be reading. So there is some level of what can I say, of understanding, so to speak. Oh my God, Facebook is understanding.
Totally.
Lying.
Actually see how long you will read a post for as well.
Yes, exactly.
And then you'll get lots more of those type things in your news feed. That's how they work out their advertising.
There you go.
They
Oh,
know
gosh.
everything. They're listening to everything.
Yeah, I know. Possibly they're listening right now. They say, oh, they're hacking my algorithm. I need to change it quickly.
Facebook's just a really nasty daddy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know.
I agree.
And it can be good for business too. So, pros and cons. If you can live with that, it can give you something back as well. So, as I said, yeah. Any questions? No? Okay, let's move on. Copy and paste, we did say, let's keep talking about the fact that, guys, you wrote a beautiful post. It's a fantastic post, and you managed to just find the right picture. You're there, you warm up the audience. You did your 15 minutes, 20 minutes to warm up the audience. Your post is ready. It's 8 p.m. The picture is amazing. It's just going to be so meaningful. And you are just waiting to put your last touches. And all of a sudden, you have this great idea. Oh my God, this post would be complete if I am going to put hashtags. Or I can put the link to my YouTube video. I'll do that. If you do that, Facebook is going to say, so you want people to get out of me and go on YouTube? Fuck you. You're not going to get these to be distributed to anybody. So don't put any external link on your post. Ever. Never do that. Anything that is going to move Facebook audience outside of Facebook won't have any reach at all, or any big reach. Of course, somebody will still see it, but it's going to be very limited. So you may ask, how can we do it? Thank you for asking. You can do your post. You can do your put your beautiful picture. In the comments, you can put the link to your YouTube video. For now, I don't take any responsibility. In next month, it's gonna change. But for now, it's okay. Same thing for the hashtags. For the hashtags, I am not as sure as the link. For the link, I know that it works like that. For the hashtags, I don't know. In case of doubt, you can push the hashtags in the comments too. But anyway. All right, this was point number 9. Any questions about this? Okay. Point number 10. We already did that. And it was about reading actually the post instead of just scrolling quickly, because Facebook can tell if you are actually stopping and reading or not. Okay, so this was the how to hack the Facebook algorithm. Ladies and gentlemen, any questions about what we talk about today? Helen.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I've got another question. It's just because I don't really use Facebook apart from for groups.
Okay.
So if I start to send out friend requests and accept any friend requests, and they are from like friends in the real world who want to show me pictures of their dogs and their family, is this going to seem strange if the only thing that I post that they see is stuff about, you know, weight loss and hypnotherapy? Is that okay?
Well, you see, that is a very good question. That's up to you. You can always, you see, you have, let's imagine that you want to follow the advice of posting 3 times a week. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, you may want to have 2 posts that are dedicated to eventually to your business somehow, you know, to something meaningful to you. And 1 post that maybe is more lighthearted, maybe a joke or a picture of your, I don't know, your dogs or your bird or whatever it is. I have no idea if you have dogs or birds or whatever.
Unfortunately not.
Or, you know, something. So that, I think that would be okay too.
Okay.
I am not a Facebook expert. You should talk to a person that actually does this as a business. The main thing that we're doing here is really, I want to give instruments to you lovely people that you can use
Yeah.
so that you're gonna get better results. That's all.
It's
Okay?
been fantastic. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Now, quickly, how to avoid the Facebook jail, and then we're finished. The title of this next piece of information is the 7 deadly Facebook sins. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-dum. Number 1, inappropriate friend farming. If you ask too many people too quickly, Facebook won't like it. If you ask to too many people that you do not know or that are not getting suggested by Facebook, because Facebook suggests you friends. So when Facebook gives you a suggestion, you should follow it. So how to friend farm quickly? If you are in a group, can be a free group, can be a paid group, you can friend farm there. Should be quite safe because you're in the same group. Facebook is gonna say, oh, they're sharing something together. And of course, she wants to, have friends. It's okay. If you are going to ask to send your friendship request to people that are friends of your friends, Facebook is gonna say, okay, eventually. Still, don't do it too much, too often, too quickly. Okay? Take your time to do that. Number 2, excessive pending sent requests. If you send lots of friends requests and you don't delete them, they will accumulate. And Facebook has a way to see, oh, look, you have 20 friends requests that are still pending. People are not replying back to you. Ooh, you may be doing something wrong. So remember, every week, delete them. Plus, if you really want to send a friend request to that person, maybe that person just didn't see it. When you delete it and you send it again, okay, it's going to pop up again for that person. It's a good reminder. So it could be something that could be useful to be doing, to do it, okay? Getting kicked out of groups or getting blocked by people. If I got kicked out by 2 or 3 groups, when I was interested in actually helping people with chronic pain, I was actually talking to the admin of the group and I was saying, look, I just want to help people and I'm happy to do it for free just in exchange of, testimonial. And I got kicked out. Or when I was giving advices to people, just replying to comments where they were saying that it's impossible to get out of chronic pain. And I said, look, I may understand that it can be hard to believe it because I've been there too. I've been suffering for more than 15 years. And I had very dark moments in those 15 years. I couldn't, because the problem with chronic pain is that you remember how it was the day before. You know how you're feeling now, and you're afraid that it's going to last forever. So it can be quite daunting. And if any of you had ever kind of chronic pain or illness, whatever, you may resonate with that. And I said, look, it can be daunting. I understand. Just so you know, I found a way out. And I didn't even advertise my services. I gave links to resources. I got kicked out because I was just promoting fantasies or whatever. What the fuck? I don't do this anymore because I just started to get depressed to help people that didn't want my help. The concept is that I personally got kicked out by a few groups too. If you don't do anything else that is wrong, it's okay. But Facebook is going to take that as your profile will get flagged. This guy is getting kicked out. He's friend farming people that are not replying to his request. he's doing all these sort of things. There is something wrong there. Okay, so getting kicked out or getting blocked by people is going to flag your profile. In case you guys started to have a big business, okay, and you think about using eventually some kind of automation, some kind of bots to put the likes, to reply the comments for you, just so you know that Facebook patches itself. Well, there are people that do it. Thank God, I hope it's not that Facebook is so intelligent to do it on its own. Oh my God, I hope so. But they are patching Facebook regularly. They look for this kind of automations. They actually hunt for this kind of things. So if you use them, don't use them. Okay, you'll get flagged as well. Spamming inboxes. When I did my, what was the name? For the diploma in hypnosis, the last thing to do was the group hypnosis session. Okay, so the way I did it, I sent manually to everybody that replied 98 replies. Facebook sent me a warning about something, and I couldn't literally send anything anymore for hours. Okay, so be careful. There is a reason why people say, if you're interested, DM me, direct message me for details, because if they start the communication with you, it doesn't get flagged as spam. But if you're the one starting it, it can be flagged. Okay, so careful with spamming inboxes. Posting banned content. Anything that is that goes against Facebook policy, anything that is about abuse or sexuality or anything that is getting considered bannable, careful, because that can cause you to be banned. Last but not least, in case you are getting really lots of business and you don't have any time to actually take care of this part that we just finished talking about, and you may be thinking of hiring a VA, a virtual assistant. Make sure that your virtual assistant, it doesn't matter from wherever he is in the world that is helping you out, is using a VPN. Okay, a VPN is a virtual private network. This means that they can pretend that they are posting from where you live, because Facebook is going to actually see that and say, oh, someone else is actually using the profile of this person. There is something wrong. I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to put it in jail.
Alessandro, what's a virtual assistant? How does that work on?
Okay, nowadays it's common enough for people that have a very big business and cannot do the mundane tasks themselves to have a secretary. You know, back in the days, you had your office, you eventually had a secretary or people that were doing some kind of work for you. Now, they are called virtual assistants. They do the same job, but they eventually live on the other side of the world. And they do this job for you instead of you doing it. So maybe they put an emoji, they put a comment on your Facebook profile, like it was you, but you don't have to actually spend 20, 30, 50, 1 hour, whatever, 2 hours on Facebook. Someone else does it for you and gets paid for it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Facebook is like Big Brother. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that was it. Any questions? Any comments?
Thank you, Alessandro.
My pleasure. Yes,
thank you. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just wondering, I heard that Facebook doesn't like certain words that we use as well when we like advertise, especially for our hypnotherapy services. Can you remember which ones in particular come to your mind?
I don't know. I wouldn't know about that. I don't know.
Facebook do go against smoking quite a lot. And if you put up a stop smoking, they'll quite often see that as an advert for smoking. And you have to ask for manual reviews, because they'll automatically block an advert, and then you can ask for a manual review of it. So their bots are out there looking for certain keywords, and then you get a human being behind it. Because I've had a few of mine blocked before, and then they've just let them go.
Thank you very much. I didn't know that.
Which would you say, Graham, then? Which ones have you had, like?
It's only ever been the smoking ones that I've put up, but they've seen them as advertising for smoking products, because obviously the word smoking is in there. They don't see the word quit or stop in front of it. They just look for those words. Then it will say it's in review, it's been declined, like appeal it. You click on appeal, and then half an hour later it's live.
Good to know.
But what I have found, and others have as well, is if you try to help people in a non-smoking group, they won't like it, they'll kick you out. If you try to help people in a weight loss group, they won't like it, they kick you out. Going to anxiety groups, they don't like it, they kick you out. It tends to be a breeding ground for people who want to be stuck in a rut, not for people who want to get out of it.
Agreed.
So,
well, there is the risk as well that too many people will just go there and farm business, and they don't like that either. So it's you know, it's quite it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one.
Yeah.
So approach it in a different way. So like if you went into an anxiety group, you could actually go in and sort of like say that you suffer from it, blah, blah, blah. And then you went and saw a hypnotherapist and they said this and they said that. So you're like, you know, you're wording it in a different way and getting your point across, but not actually touting for business as such.
Eventually.
But when they see you're a hypnotherapist and they think, wow.
Yeah, it's normally the admins that throw people out, anyone that even looks like they may be offering a route out.
And just to finish, just to finish with something that may help eventually, if not just for you lovely people that follow me so far live, but even for the people that follow us so far during the recording and are watching the recording. Something that may help is eventually to have small groups of people that are going to just via messenger inform each other, I just posted this, can you please put a reaction and a comment? So this could be quite helpful, especially if you don't have that many friends to begin with. Okay, so if you're interested or whatever, just let me know, let us know. Happy to do it. I have already a couple of groups where I do this. Okay, and it doesn't take much, and it's just an exchange of favors, and it's very good for the Facebook algorithm. Okay, as far as it's nothing too hardcore, you know, something that I may agree with that. So, yeah. Okay, anything else, guys, or we can just say goodbye to each other because we are very friendly people. And
that was awesome. Thanks so much, Alessandro.
Yeah, my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. Absolutely.
It's really great insight that you don't really come across in other places. Thank you.
Yes, I know. I that's why I did it, because I had exactly the same problem a few months back.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much.
I will post the recording and I will send you the link on the depending which group you will find it, one group or the other group or whatever. Take it easy.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Bye.